Good morning. Please rise for the procession of the graduates.
Good morning. Please be seated. I'm Dr. Marie Chisholm Burns, and it is my pleasure to serve as the Dean of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center, College of Pharmacy. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of the College of Pharmacy, I welcome you to our commencement ceremony. It is wonderful that so many of you have been able to join us to celebrate this great occasion in the lives of our graduates. I would like to thank our system president, President Randy Boyd, and our chancellor, Dr. Peter Buckley, for joining us today, along with Dr. Cindy Russell, Vice Chancellor of Academic, Faculty, and Student Affairs. Before we proceed with this commencement ceremony, I would like to also take a moment to recognize the people who supported our students along the way. We have a special group of students. In addition to their professional studies, some of these students are parents. If you're a College of Pharmacy graduate and a parent, we ask that you and your children stand and be recognized. We would also like to recognize all of the families of the graduating class of 2022. Family members, please stand. Graduates, give your family members a big round of applause in appreciation of all of their support. Our graduates are well prepared and sought after by employers because of their extensive knowledge and ability. This is a direct result of an outstanding faculty and staff. Will the faculty and staff of the College of Pharmacy please stand and be recognized? I can tell we're going to have a good time today. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Tracy Hageman, Associate Dean of the Nashville Campus in the College of Pharmacy, to come forward and lead us in a moment of silence. Immediately following, I ask that you join in singing the National Anthem, which will be led by Miss Brittany McCullough. Dr. Hageman?
To lower this just a bit. Thank you, Dean Chisholm Burns. This beautiful country is our home, but our roots are in many different parts of the world. Together, we are celebrating the success of our graduates. Let us be grateful for this day. For friends, family, and mentors, let us be grateful. Let us also remember loved ones who are no longer with us. Please join me in a moment of silent reflection. I ask you now to please stand and join Miss Brittany McCullough in the singing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, in keeping with your own personal beliefs and traditions, please feel free to remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous satisfied. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce the University of Tennessee System President, Randy Boyd, to share some remarks on this important occasion. President.
Good morning. So on behalf of the University of Tennessee System, with 52,000 students around the state, 14,000 employees, 5 campuses, offices in 95 counties, 10 ag research centers, and 4,000 head of cattle, I want to congratulate you from the University of Tennessee System on your incredible accomplishment today. I'm excited for you. I'm also excited to be here personally as well to say congratulations when you walk across the stage. I was told that 70% of you will actually stay in the state of Tennessee and serve in our great state, which I'm thankful for, because as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I'm getting a lot more prescriptions these days. So the probability is that I'm going to be one of your clients one day in the very near future. So it'd be great to meet you for the first time tonight or this morning. I wanted to share a story with you before we get started. And I got some advice a few years back about how to give a good commencement address. Now, I'm not your commencement speaker today, but I do need to share with you a few comments. And the advice was after one time when I was the commencement speaker and I went on way, way, way too long. And the gentleman came up to me afterwards and said, let me tell you, give you a little advice on how to do a commencement. First, tell stories so you're not boring. Second, it's kind of good if the story has a point. It doesn't have to, but it's kind of good if the story has a point. And third, always remember there's not a single person that actually came here to hear you speak. So be as brief as possible. So keeping those 3 things in mind, I'll share with you one story. And this is a story about a chance encounter I had with somebody that gave me some really great advice when I was 55 years old. So I'm going to pass it on to you at a much younger age. And it was from a gentleman named Shimon Peres. And as I look across the graduates in front of me, you're all fairly young. Unless you're history majors, you may not know who Shimon Peres is. Now, you've already got your degree, so this isn't going to affect your final transcript, but a question for you. How many of you know who Shimon Peres is? Show of hands. See, this shows my age. Maybe there's some people in the audience that are more my age and may actually know who he is, but young folks don't know who he is these days. So let me tell you why it was so important for me to get a chance to meet Shimon Peres. Shimon Peres was an Israeli. I was going on a trip to Israel with the governor to do an economic development trip when I was Commissioner of Economic and Community Development. And we had this opportunity to meet Shimon Peres. Shimon Peres had been the president of Israel twice. So that's a pretty big job. He was also a cabinet minister 12 different times. A cabinet minister is kind of like the secretary, like the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Education. So that's a pretty big role. He was that 12 different times, 12 different cabinet ministry positions. He was the prime minister 3 times. That's their president, their CEO, the person that runs the state. And he was the minister of defense at age 26. Being minister of defense in Israel is a really big deal. And he was the minister of defense in charge of the nation's security at age 26. He'd also won a Nobel Peace Prize. So this gentleman has done a lot. But he was 92 years old. So I remember when we went to meet him, I was thinking, and the governor and I, it was just the 2 of us that had this opportunity to meet him. I was thinking, you know, at 92, he's probably not going to be as lucid as he once was, but it didn't matter. You know, this is Shimon Peres. It's going to be just an honor to shake his hand, to be in his presence. So we knock on the door. He invites us in to his office, and He was this immaculately dressed gentleman, and immediately you realize that I realized that I was so wrong. He was one of the most intelligent, wise people I've ever met. And they talk about sometimes people start at 30,000 feet and helicopter down. Shimon Peres was one of those people that started at 30,000 feet and helicoptered up. His view of the world was so deep and so broad. And so we went in, we sat down, and I think he's used to people being somewhat in awe and a little nervous in his presence. So the governor and I were sitting there, and I think we stumbled around with a few bits of small talk, and he finally decided he would help us. And so he says, a lot of times when people meet me, they ask me, what was your greatest accomplishment? I'm thinking, well, this is going to be pretty good. Nobel Peace Prize, president twice, Minister of Defense, all the things he's done. And he says, but 92 years old, remember. He says, when people ask me what my greatest accomplishment was, I always tell them, my greatest accomplishment will be what I do tomorrow. And then they ask me, what was your greatest failure? And I always tell them, my greatest failure was I failed to dream big enough. Then he went on to share all kinds of other great wisdom that I didn't write down, but I do remember how we finished up the meeting. At the end of the meeting, he said, you're old when you can count more accomplishments of the past than you can dreams of the future. And you're forever young when you can count more dreams of the future than you can accomplishments of the past. So always dream big. You guys are young, you've got lots of accomplishments already under your belt and so much to be looking forward to, but always, regardless of where you're at in life, always be counting the dreams of the future more so than the accomplishments of the past. Well, we're gathered here today to applaud all that you've accomplished as a student. It's also important to remember this is a time to think about your next accomplishment, what you will accomplish tomorrow. And remember, do not fail to dream big. And as with any great accomplishment, you never do this alone. Surrounding yourself with great people are the most important keys to success. So today, make a point to say thank you to the many family, friends, teachers, and peers that have helped you to achieve this great accomplishment. And while this is a big day for you each, as you're part of now something even bigger, this year, more than 8,417 other UT students across the state will graduate and become University of Tennessee alumni. And 188 of them are graduating from this college just this morning. That's a big deal and something to be very proud of. There are literally hundreds of thousands of UT alumni that have come before you, and there will be hundreds of thousands that will come after you. They have individually and collectively made an incredible impact on their communities, the state, and the world. And so will each of you. As new alums, I'd like to give you 3 challenges. First, live a life that leaves the world a better place than you found it. Second, live a life that honors the UT Health Science Center tradition and makes former alumni proud of you. And finally, third, live a life that will inspire the future generations that will follow you. So in closing, don't think of commencement as an end. It's the beginning. Your greatest accomplishment will be what you do tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I hope and I'm sure you'll have great memories of your time here, but please stay engaged and continue to give back to your alma mater, and so that thousands more can benefit from the great experience that you all benefited from. Again, it's my honor to be with you here today, and I look forward to saying congratulations personally to you in a few moments. Thank you.
Well done, President. So remember, graduates, your greatest accomplishment is what you do tomorrow. And remember, when you look back on it, your greatest failure might be that you didn't dream big enough. But now that you know to dream big. So thank you for those words of wisdom. It gives me great pleasure this morning to introduce Dr. Lucinda Main, who will deliver the charge to the graduates. Dr. Main serves as Executive Vice President and CEO of the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy, where she is a fierce advocate for colleges of pharmacy and the profession. Prior to assuming her current role in July 2002, Dr. Main served as Senior Vice President for Policy, planning, and communications with the American Pharmacists Association. She analyzed trends in healthcare, assessing the implications for pharmacy practice, and advocating appropriate recognition for all pharmacists. These were her top duties for APHA. Dr. Main is a pharmacy graduate of Auburn University, and she received her doctorate at the University of Minnesota. She served on the faculty at the University of Minnesota, where she practiced in the field of geriatrics. And she also was Associate Dean at Stanford University School of Pharmacy. In March 2019, Dr. Main received the Remington Honor Medal from APHA. I present to you my beloved friend and colleague, Dr. Lucinda Main.
President Boyd, I learned that lesson that you gave us about no one here has come to hear me. We stand between them and getting your diplomas. But it is a pleasure to be here today. So President Boyd and Chancellor Buckley, Dean Burns, faculty, family and guests, and especially the class of 2022. I really thank you for inviting me to participate in this seminar, in this ceremony, as the class completes this portion of your journey into the profession of pharmacy, which I truly love. Although I am a graduate of a different SEC College of Pharmacy, I have deep roots in your program, thanks to a 40-year friendship with former Associate Dean Stephanie Phelps. We met when we were pharmacy students at an APHA ASP national meeting. What stands out so vividly for me when I think about the University of Tennessee pharmacy program is that it has created some extraordinary leaders that are making their impact on our profession in an era of tremendous change. It's that energy for positive change in the profession that I want to focus on today in my brief remarks. There's a concept related to the implementation of information technology as well as getting products and services to the ultimate consumer that is referred to as the last mile. Interpreting this for the evolution of pharmacists trying to consistently provide important patient care services to those needing that care, the last mile refers to the movement of services to the consumer or your patient. This may include the latest technology, perhaps pharmacogenomics or digital therapeutics, while managing the complexity and cost with increasingly demanding requirements for faster deliveries in tighter delivery windows. It is quite a challenging scenario. So the last mile is the toughest portion of the development and implementation of many things, including the transformation of our profession from a primary focus on moving drug products safely and efficiently through the supply chain to positioning you, our grads and alumni, as an indispensable member of interprofessional care teams that produces improved individual and community health. That team desperately needs your expertise and skills to achieve the very best outcomes for those people whose care you have been entrusted to provide. I like to say that pharmacists, and especially our faculty members, are noted as leaders in the team-based care movement because we know that quality medication management is a team sport. We simply want and need others to know that we are willing and ready to play our important roles on those teams. In 2024, just 2 short years from now, I will celebrate the fact that 50 amazing years ago, I entered the profession as a pre-pharmacy student at Auburn University. I'm sure that for you sitting in these first rows, 50 years sounds like a very long time. It's probably approximately twice your lifetimes. As I reflect on how our profession has changed across these 5 decades, I'm uplifted by the fact that there has been so much progress. Just a few years before I started at Auburn, the profession's code of ethics proclaimed that it was unethical for a pharmacist to tell patrons anything about their medication, even the name of the drug product, if you can believe it. Fortunately, in the 70s, the tide turned dramatically, and the code affirmed pharmacists' responsibility to share their knowledge with patients and clinicians. The current Code of Ethics from 1994 goes even further. It speaks of the covenant of trust between pharmacists and patients, and your work to help those in your care achieve their best state of health possible. This evolution of pharmacists' responsibility as reflected in the Code of Ethics, as well as the new oath of a pharmacist, has kept pace with the continuous increase in the power and complexity of the medications and biologics that researchers and their discoveries have introduced into our healthcare systems into the last 40 or 50 years. In the past 2 years underscore this remarkable progress with the rapid development of vaccines and therapeutics aimed at taming the scourge brought on by the novel coronavirus and the COVID-19 pandemic. By some estimates, pharmacy personnel administered 70 or more % of all COVID vaccines over the last 15 or 16 months, and I bet you all did your fair share. Pharmacists in ICUs and emergency departments played enormously important roles, finding solutions to address the acute needs of those hospitalized with serious and life-threatening conditions, often in the face of shortages of much-needed medications and supplies. Under emergency authorization from state and federal officials, the scope of practice for pharmacists, student pharmacists, and pharmacy technicians expanded significantly. And no one could overlook the major contributions our profession made as the most accessible professionals in our communities. And this is especially true in many areas in Tennessee, where medically underserved areas have only a pharmacy in many cases as the only access point for care for people with limited access and means. It's my fervent hope that how pharmacists responded to the COVID challenge has made our last mile to full recognition as essential members of the healthcare system somewhat easier to navigate. There are a few important considerations to share with the class and others attending today's ceremony if we are to be successful. First, there must be a commitment to continue the intense collaborations among our professional organizations at the state and national level. In my many years in association leadership, I have never seen the level of collaboration among these organizations that has been sustained throughout the pandemic. It's been beautiful and uplifting. Continuing this commitment will help us complete that last mile. Colleges and schools of pharmacy, their faculty, and their students must also be part of these collaborations. Equally important is attending to the well-being of our workforce. After more than 2 years navigating the pandemic, people are tired. Pharmacists, pharmacy technicians, and other personnel have truly given their all. Zoom happy hours and pizza lunches simply aren't the answer to reestablishing the energy and enthusiasm for practice across all settings. Pharmacist employers, policymakers, and members of the general public all must also play a role in increasing the health and well-being of the pharmacy workforce and the health workforce writ large. We must care for the caregivers. So class of 2022, you have significant roles to play in reaching and leading us to the end of the last mile. You have been supremely well educated and have been exposed to exciting practice and leadership opportunities. It may take you a few years to translate your clinical education into the practices of your dreams, but never lose sight of the importance of your contributions to achieving the quadruple aim for healthcare: better patient outcomes, improved population health, lower total cost of care, and a health workforce that's healthier and stronger because of your extraordinary contributions that you will make to the team. I wish you the very best in your next 50 years. Imagine the progress that we'll be able to reflect upon in 2072. Thank you for your warm welcome and including me in today's very important events. Thank you.
Dr. Main, please accept my sincerest thanks for joining us today as our commencement speaker. I am sure that your message has inspired our graduates to go forth and continue to advocate for our wonderful profession. As a token of our appreciation, please come forward and accept this gift recognizing you as a commencement speaker for the class of 2022. You. Chancellor Buckley, it's our time. Graduates, please rise. Chancellor Buckley, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center College of Pharmacy, I have the honor of presenting our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy. These students have fulfilled the academic and clinical requirements necessary to practice in this profession.
I guess you're all waiting for this? Yeah? Thank you, Dean. Thank you for your leadership. I accept the confirmation, these students and these graduates, and welcome them to this ancient and honorable company of scholars, and express the hope and challenge that you continue your inquiries and study into the exciting area of healthcare. By the authority of the state of Tennessee, invested in the Board of Trustees of the University of Tennessee, and by them delegated to me, I do, on the nomination of the faculty, grant you the degrees for which you have been presented, and confer on you all the honors, rights, and privileges to them appertaining. It gives me great pride and honor to present to you the graduating class of University of Tennessee Health Science Center College of Pharmacy for May 2022. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Please be seated.
As I was sitting and listening to the president about the lessons he learned in terms of speaking at graduations, and as I listened to the lessons that you shared, Dr. Main, I thought about one of the lessons that I learned. And it's not that people might not necessarily remember what you say, but they always remember how you made them feel. Graduates and family, it is your time. At this time, I ask Dr. Harvarder, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs and Assessment, and Dr. Leslie Hamilton, Associate Professor, to come forward to present the class their academic hoods. And Dr. Jennifer Shellis, Associate Dean for Student Affairs, please come forward and read names. Dr. James Wheeler, Associate Dean for the Knoxville campus, will present the graduates with a commemorative coin of the College of Pharmacy as a parting keepsake to memorialize their graduation. I call upon Chancellor Buckley and President Boyd to also join me in congratulating the graduates.
Will the graduates please come forward at the direction of the marshals to receive your academic hood and earned diploma as your name is called. Dr. Shireen Nihab Abdel Nabi. Dr. Colston Robert Abernathy. Dr. Joseph Abu Rama. Dr. Christina Marie Acosta. Dr. Delaney Shea Adams. Dr. Oluwashivim Abanigo. Dr. Vivian Agbanavrabi. Dr. Osei Adu Ajman. Dr. Connor Estel Alexander. Dr. Nicholas Todd Allen. Dr. Brittany Allison. Dr. Michaela Jo Amy. Dr. Aaron Ross Anderson. Dr. Mackenzie Blake Anderson. Dr. Christiana Alexis Avad. Dr. Alio Ba. Go ahead to the next one. Dr. Clarissa K. Bailey. Dr. Jacob Andrew Barber. Dr. Caitlin Aubrey Bassnett. Dr. Morgan Alexis Beatty. Dr. Lauren Ashley Bavanka. Dr. Brakia Linnell Bozeman. Dr. Hope Howard Brandon. Dr. Elizabeth Cecile Broughton. Dr. Lauren Taylor Brown. Dr. Leah Marie Burns. Dr. Brian Tien Sin Cow. Dr. William McDonald Carmen. Dr. Michael Anthony Cairo, Jr. Dr. Julianne Kirsten Cohern. Dr. Kayla Diane Charias. Dr. Matthew Anthony Sheremy. Dr. Han Na Cho. Dr. Saraf Anand Chowdhury. Dr. Jenny Beth Claiborne. Dr. Christopher Michael D'Amico. Dr. Kevin Ajin Darko. Dr. Hannah Elizabeth Darnell. Dr. Lindsay Kate Davis. Dr. Margaret Scott Davis. Dr. Bailey Catherine Deglow. Dr. Matthew Braden Dill. Dr. Brianna Marie Donathan. Dr. Erin Nicole Douglas. Dr. Shelby Allen Drope. Dr. Sawyer Thomas Duffy. Dr. Cherish Ann Dunnigan. Dr. Brandon Edward Duplantis. Dr. Raven Tierra Easter. Dr. Amru Omar Elian. Dr. Walter Dominic Espejo. Dr. Lawrence Evan Ferris. Dr. Ashley M. Vasciano. Dr. Lindsay Michelle Fields. Dr. Delaney Chapel Flake. Dr. Hannah Louise Foster. Dr. Kyle Weber Furlow. Dr. Caleb Tyler Gooch. Dr. Kayla Morgan Greenwell. Dr. Gretchen Claire Greer. Dr. Jacob Seth Hackett. Dr. Emily Megan Hartsfield. Dr. Darren J. Ha. Dr. Jacob Boyce Hawkins. Dr. Reed Walker Henderson. Dr. Joshua Herrera. Dr. Rebecca Elizabeth Herring. Dr. Marian Amand Hill. Dr. Kaylee Taylor Hollander. Dr. Josiah Warren Holsey. Dr. Robin Ann Horde. Dr. Rebecca Elise Huddleston. Dr. Swan Angel Hull. Dr. Devin Scott Hunt. Dr. Hannah Phyllis Hunt. Dr. John Ishwa. Dr. Jasmine Natay Jackson. Dr. Ashley Rochelle Jenkins. Dr. Hannah Marie Jenkins. Dr. Hayden Foster Johnson. Dr. Taylor Westland Johnson. Dr. Shiar Kupan. Dr. Carrie Gilbin Rung. Dr. Kaylin Dre Kerr. Dr. John Thomas Kimry. Dr. Cody Nathaniel Cosson. Dr. Anoop Praveen Kotian. Dr. Caleb Krebs. Dr. Jordan Riley Krubenacher. Dr. Haley Rachel Lamb. Dr. Quinn T. Truk Lee. Dr. Christina Lee Liev. Dr. Yoon Ho Lee. Dr. Marvin Lumapis Lelis. Dr. Andrew Devon Leonard. Dr. Brooke Marie Lockridge. Dr. Alberto Javon Lopez Bonnet. Dr. Madeline Rose Mann. Dr. Taylor Nicole Manus. Dr. Lindsay K. Martin. Dr. Ben Hudson Massey. Dr. David William Massman. Dr. Michelle Elise McAllister. Dr. Mackenzie D. McCammon. Dr. Kathleen Elizabeth McGowan. Dr. Madison Ray McKnight. Dr. Samuel Asefa McQuanit. Dr. Hayden Meredith. Dr. Dina Majid McHale. Dr. Brian Edward Miller, Jr. Dr. Omar Semi Batutsby. Dr. Collier Ronald Mombolini. Dr. Kylie Ann Moore. Dr. Rebecca Lee Moore. Dr. Jacob William Morris. Dr. Michelle Margaret Murphy. Dr. Benjamin Joseph Nels. Dr. Kate Lynn Noonan. Dr. Chantal Marina Orozco. Dr. Kinsey Overshine. Dr. Paul James Pasco. Dr. Bhavi Dansukabai Patel. Dr. Divya Meenakshi Patel. Dr. Devesh Mahendra Patel. Dr. Kajal Hitesh Kumar Patel. Dr. Urvi Viren Patel. Dr. Nicholson Bernard Perkins III. Dr. Megan Quinn Hong Pham. Dr. Hannah Marie Pierce. Dr. Courtney Bowen Purcell. Dr. Dakota James Rains. Dr. Allison Page Randolph. Dr. Lauren Page Richardson. Dr. Benjamin Edwin Richter. Dr. Nolan Andrew Ritzinger. Dr. Leanna Marie Roach. Dr. Madison Brooke Roberts. Dr. Shirley Blanco Robinson. Dr. Juan Domingo Rodriguez. Dr. Zoe Nicole Rome. Dr. Sonia Jean Salyer. Dr. Spencer J. Scarborough. Dr. Paul William Shafani. Dr. Kelsey Marguerite Stevens Schroeders. Dr. David Allen Shepard. Dr. Kaylee Troop Shepard. Dr. Paige Zumbrin Silvers. Dr. Chase Christopher Clark Sloan. Dr. Dominique Jamarcus Smith. Go ahead and go. Dr. Kristen Nicole Smith. Dr. Melissa Suzanne Smith. Dr. Sophie Nicole Smith. Dr. Jacob Wesley Spurlock. Dr. Casey Discern Stewart. Dr. Stephen Andrew Stewart. Dr. Courtney Ann Story. Dr. Alicia Lynn Sumeriski. Dr. William Hunter Sutton. Dr. Jessica Garcia Tejeda. Dr. Parth Nilesh Thakur. Dr. Amelia Thompson. Dr. Lorraine Alice Tador. Dr. Brittany Malie Madrid Tran. Dr. Michael Min Tran. Dr. Alex McKay Trollinger. Dr. Lauren Lee Tutwiler. Dr. Claudia Gabriela Valle Carranza. Dr. Leah Alexandra Wallace. Dr. Nicholas Ware. Dr. Haley Darty Watson. Dr. Megan Emily Waters. Dr. Chelsea Danielle Watts. Dr. Caroline Elizabeth Williams. Dr. Erin Elizabeth Williams. Dr. Jacob Lee Williams. Dr. Mia Warner Wiseman. Dr. Jeremiah Jordan John Joseph Vatoyich. Dr. Elizabeth Ashley Wolf. Dr. Hannah Beth Wright. Dr. Morgan Alexis Wright. Dr. Samuel Brooks Yar. Dr. Natalie Yang. Dr. Walisha Renee Yates. Dr. Hannah Hitch Young. Dr. Jason Guan Ha Singh. Dr. Rose Zing. Dr. Yu Zong.
We're taking pictures in the back, so we're going to give it a couple of minutes, just a couple of seconds here. They're moving fast until the last graduate comes out. Family, friends, and graduates, how do you feel? Congratulations to the class of 2022. They're happy graduates. The College of Pharmacy offered 3 optional certificate programs to this Doctor of Pharmacy graduating class. 6 of our graduating students have met the requirements for and have been awarded a certificate in nuclear pharmacy. I ask these students to please stand and be recognized. Sixteen of our graduating students have met the requirements for and have been awarded a certificate in health, informatics, and information management. I ask these students to please stand and be recognized. Nine of our graduating students have met the requirements for and have been awarded a certificate in leadership, exploration, and ability development, LEAD. I ask these students to please stand and be recognized. The college offers 4 dual degree options to students in a Doctor of Pharmacy program. The graduating class of 2022 has students graduating from each of these dual degree programs. We would like to recognize our students graduating with a Master's of Health Informatics and Information Management from the College of Health Professions. I ask these students to please stand and be recognized. We would like to recognize our students graduating with a Master's of Business Administration from the University of Memphis. I ask these students to please stand and be recognized. I would like to recognize our students graduating with a Master's of Public Health from the University of Memphis. I ask these students to please stand and be recognized. I would also like to recognize the student who will continue their education in pursuit of a Doctor of Philosophy degree from the College of Graduate Health Sciences. I ask this student to please stand and be recognized. I would now like to invite Dr. Chastity Shelton, Assistant Dean for Student Success and Chair of the Honors, Awards, and Scholarships Committee, to the podium to present the College of Pharmacy Awards. Dr. Shelton.
Thank you, Dean Chisholm-Burns. Of the major milestones and events in your life, this day will always be remembered. It is memorable in that it marks the culmination of your academic career and the official commencement of your professional career. Each of you, the graduates of the class of 2022, have worked hard and invested a considerable amount of time and energy to get where you are today. This morning, we recognize and honor all our graduates, and we do so in part by recognizing those members of this class who have demonstrated outstanding performance in scholarship, leadership, research, and service. Dr. Don Haverdo, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Assessment, will assist the Dean in presenting the awards. A number of our graduates are wearing orange stoles to identify individuals who have distinguished themselves academically in the College of Pharmacy, while the graduates being recognized as graduating with honors, high honors, and highest honors, please stand. The UTHSC Society is a leadership organization at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center that annually recognizes those students who have significantly contributed to student government and student life. Nomination for membership in the society is made in recognition of student participation and service in organizations and programs affecting student life at this institution. I ask the UTHSC Society members to stand and be recognized. The Rho Chi Society was established at the University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy in 1948. Eligibility for membership in the society is based on high attainment in scholarship, character, personality, and leadership. Membership is limited to students standing in the top 20% of the class academically. They are wearing purple and white cords. These graduates have been inducted in a special ceremony. I ask the Rho Chi members to stand and be recognized. The Phi Lambda Sigma Leadership Society was established at the University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy in 1980 to identify and recognize those individuals who have demonstrated outstanding leadership as student pharmacists. They are wearing green and gold cords. These graduates have also been inducted in a special ceremony, and I ask the Phi Lambda Sigma members to stand and be recognized. Now we will move on to the awards. The Merck Manual Award for Academic Excellence recipient is Dr. Kevin Darko. Go ahead and come to the stage. Go ahead. The Merck Award recognizes graduates who have demonstrated outstanding performance in both academic and non-academic activities. The recipient will receive the 20th edition of the Merck Manual of Diagnosis and Therapy embossed with the words, Merck Academic Excellence Award 2022. This year's recipient of the Excellence in Ambulatory Care Award is Dr. Paige Silvers. The Excellence in Ambulatory Care Award is presented to a graduate excelling in clinical practice in the ambulatory care environment and in recognition of outstanding ability to communicate with patients. The recipient will receive a printed wooden plaque with the college logo. This year's recipient of the Excellence in Community Pharmacy Practice Award is Dr. Chelsea Watts. The Excellence in Community Pharmacy Practice Award is presented to the graduate who has demonstrated exceptional interest and achievement in community pharmacy practice. The recipient will receive a personalized framed print of a 19th century pharmacy. Dr. Tyler Kiles, Clinical Coordinator, PGY1 Community-Based Pharmacy Residency Program, will assist Dean Chisholm Burns in presenting this award. This year's recipient of the Viatrice Excellence in Pharmacy Award is Dr. Haley Lamb. The Viatrice Excellence in Pharmacy Award is presented to the graduate who has demonstrated outstanding interest and performance in the area of drug information. The recipient will receive a certificate and custom-framed lithograph entitled Pharmacy, a Tradition of Healing, provided by Viatris. This year's recipient of the Walters Kluwer Clinical Drug Information Award of Excellence in Clinical Communication is Dr. Dina McHale. The Walters Kluwer Clinical Drug Information Award of Excellence in Clinical Communication is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated superior verbal and written communication skills. The recipient will receive a certificate and a 1-year subscription to the Lexicomp Pharmacy Professional Package mobile app. This year's recipient of the Community Pharmacy Leadership Award is Dr. Brian Miller. The Community Pharmacy Leadership Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated exceptional commitment and leadership in community pharmacy practice. The recipient will receive a personalized frame print of a 19th century pharmacy. Dr. Kyles will again assist Dean Chisholm Burns in presenting this award. This year's recipient of the John L. Butler Award is Dr. Juan Rodriguez. The John L. Butler Award honors Dr. Butler, who was a longtime faculty member and associate dean of the college, and is presented to the graduate exhibiting outstanding leadership and interest in institutional, administrative, and management areas. The recipient will receive an engraved acrylic award. This year's recipient of the Mid-South College of Clinical Pharmacy Outstanding Achievements in Clinical Pharmacy Award is Dr. Sawyer Duffy. The Mid-South College of Clinical Pharmacy Outstanding Achievements in Clinical Pharmacy Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated exemplary clinical skills during experiential education. This year's recipient will receive a 1-year membership in the American College of Clinical Pharmacy and an engraved award. Dr. Ted Corey, representing the MSCCP board, will assist Dean Chisholm Burns in presenting this award. This year's recipient of the Health Systems Pharmacy Leadership Award is Dr. Nicholson Perkins. The Health Systems Pharmacy Leadership Award recognizes a graduate possessing an interest in pharmacy practice in organized healthcare settings and who has demonstrated excellence in academic and leadership ability. The recipient will receive an engraved decorative clock. This year's recipient of the Memphis Area Pharmacist Society Outstanding Leadership Award is Dr. Anoop Kotian. The Memphis Area Pharmacist Society Outstanding Leadership Award is presented to a graduate with outstanding leadership activities. Dr. Will Griffith, representing the MAPS board, will assist Dean Chisholm Burns in presenting this award. The recipient will receive an engraved award plus a monetary award from MAPS. This year's recipient of the Pharmacy Communication Award is Dr. Christina Leov. The Pharmacy Communication Award is presented to a graduate who demonstrates exceptional knowledge, provides guidance to patients, and demonstrates compassion and commitment to the pharmacy profession. The recipient will receive an engraved award. This year's recipient of the Academia Award is Dr. Matthew Sheremy. The Academia Award is presented to a graduate who's demonstrated exceptional interest in a career in the field of pharmacy academia. The recipient will receive a marble award engraved with the UTHSC logo. Dr. Dawn Haverda will assist Dean Chisholm Byrne in presenting this award. The recipient of the Excellence in Scholarship and Research Award is Dr. Christiana Avad. The Excellence in Scholarship and Research Award is presented to the graduate who has demonstrated excellence in research that is accompanied by presentation and publication of new therapeutic knowledge. The recipient will receive a marble award engraved with the UTHSC logo. This year's recipient of the Patient Care Award is Dr. Lauren Brown. The Patient Care Award is presented to a graduate demonstrating an ability to apply and disseminate therapeutic knowledge in a way that results in compassionate care that enhances a patient's quality of life. The recipient will receive an engraved acrylic award. This year's recipient of the United States Public Health Service Excellence in Public Health Pharmacy Practice Award is Dr. Madison McKnight. The United States Public Health Service Excellence in Public Health Pharmacy Practice Award is awarded to the graduate demonstrating exceptional interest and achievement in public health pharmacy practice. The recipient will receive a certificate of recognition. This year's recipient of the Clinical Pharmacy and Translational Science Award is Dr. Leo Wallace. The Clinical Pharmacy and Translational Science Award is presented by the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Translational Science for dedication to the principles of clinical pharmacy and for exemplary performance in the application of knowledge to patient care. The recipient receives an engraved acrylic award. Dr. Chris Finch, Chair of the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Translational Science, will assist Dean Chisholm Burns in presenting this award. This year's recipient of the Legislative and Policy Award is Dr. Madison Roberts. The Legislative and Policy Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated outstanding service in advocating for the pharmacy profession. The recipient will receive a Globe Acrylic Award. This year's recipient of the Tom C. Sharp Leadership Award is Dr. Haley Watson. The Tom C. Sharp Leadership Award is presented to a graduate who has demonstrated exceptional participation and leadership in college activities. The recipient will receive a plaque award and a monetary award provided by the Tennessee Pharmacists Association in honor of Dr. Tom Sharp Sr., who served as TPA Executive Director from 1934 until 64, and Dr. Tom Sharp Jr., who served in this position from 1964 to 1994. This year's recipient of the 2022 Outstanding Student Pharmacist Award is Dr. Morgan Beatty. The 2022 Outstanding Student Pharmacist Award recognizes a graduate who has exhibited leadership and excellence. This student is selected by members of the class and will receive an engraved acrylic award. Dr. Jennifer Shellis, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, will assist Dean Chisholm Burns in presenting this award. Okay, this year, the College of Pharmacy has 4 salutatorians. 4. So I'm going to ask the recipients to come forward as I call your name. So the recipients of the Salutatorian Award are Dr. Lauren Bavaca, Dr. Kyle Furlow, Dr. Kaylee Shepard, and Dr. Alicia Sumariski. The Salutatorian Award is presented to the graduates, in this case, who have achieved the second highest grade point average. Dr. Jim Moe, former Associate Dean and member of the Fort Committee, and Dr. Don Haverda, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, will assist in the presentation of this award. The recipients will receive a University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy bronze medallion encased in acrylic, as well as a monetary award from the Fort Fund. And finally, the valedictorian of the class of 2022 is Dr. Hope Brandon.
Remember at the end to remind them to come get them on the reception.
The valedictorian award is presented to the graduate achieving the highest grade point average. The recipient receives a University of Tennessee College of Pharmacy bronze medallion encased in acrylic, as well as a monetary award from the Fort Fund. I just want to tell the graduate award recipients, if you'll please make sure that you actually pick up your award at the reception. All the stuff will be there. We'll have boxes and everything. It's ready at the reception, so don't forget to pick it up. Congratulations to all of our award winners.
Congratulations. We certainly have many exceptional graduates, and they all deserve awards for making it to this milestone and beginning their professional career. The lasting rewards will be those received by serving the public in your professional capacity. Let's give it to the entire class. Let's give them a big round of applause. I would now like to invite Dr. Don Haverda, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Assessment, to the podium to lead the oath of a pharmacist.
Congratulations, class of 2022. It just seems like a few short years ago that we were welcoming you in August. So it's so exciting to see you at this point. So graduates, on behalf of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center College of Pharmacy faculty, I welcome you to the profession of pharmacy. I would like to direct you to page 4 of the program, where you will find the oath of the pharmacist as prepared by the American Association of Colleges of Pharmacy. I ask that all graduates stand and raise their right hand to take the oath of the pharmacist. I also invite all pharmacists in our audience and on our faculty to also stand and reaffirm their commitment to the profession of pharmacy by taking the oath of the pharmacist along with the graduates. Please read along with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the faculty. Thank you. So, yeah. At this time, I would like all of our graduates to turn around and face the photographer in the balcony for the official class of 2022 picture. Friends and family, please hold off taking any flash pictures or any pictures because it'll interfere with the professional photographer. We'll give you a chance in just a moment. Again, no pictures. Oh, look, I'm sorry, look all the way up. Okay. Okay, friends and family, we'll give you a few moments. Here. Okay. Friends and family, we'll give you a few moments to take a picture. Okay. All right, graduates, please be seated. Okay, let's go ahead, graduates, please be seated.
I would now like to invite Dr. Rick Sain, President of the College of Pharmacy Alumni Board of Directors. I would like to call him to the podium to induct graduates into the University of Tennessee Alumni Association. Dr. Sain.
Thank you, Dean. Good morning. It's quite an honor to be here with you this morning. Such an honor that I can't believe that I'm, after 33 years ago, sitting in your seats, that I would be up here being able to speak to you today. So it truly is an honor. I also was thinking as I've been sitting here, my son graduated 3 years ago from here, and I used to give him those sad stories like your parents gave to you, like I had it so much harder than you. I had to walk to school barefooted in the snow, uphill both ways. But what I was thinking about with that is that you guys have had to do it the last 2 years with a mask on your face, and just you're to be applauded for what all you've done to get through the pandemic and all that. So. You've already helped a lot of patients, a lot of lives, so you're well on your way to being a great pharmacist, I know. Today, as you become a graduate of this outstanding institution, you join a family of more than 422,000 UT alumni who live in Tennessee, across the nation, and around the world. No matter where you go or what you do from this point forward, you will always be a graduate and representative of the University of Tennessee. You have now become lifelong stakeholders in the image and reputation of our great university. The University of Tennessee Alumni Association challenges you to be active in programs and events sponsored by this campus, your college, and the Alumni Association. Your participation will benefit the university, and you will find personal and professional satisfaction throughout your involvement. I know I have. You are representatives of this institution and have the ability to positively impact the opinions and actions of prospective students, fellow alumni, community leaders, and state legislators. So become an advocate of the university. Consider investing in the future of the UT Health Science Center. Your support, no matter the amount, will strengthen the university and provide enhanced opportunities for those students who follow you. Keep us informed of your successes. These accomplishments are the best measures of the quality of your alma mater. Last year, thousands of UT alumni helped advance the university mission and goals by attending events and programs, participating in alumni surveys in our online community, serving as volunteer leaders, and investing their financial support to areas throughout the university. I urge you to take advantage of your membership in the Alumni Association by staying engaged with your university and in touch with your classmates. It is now my distinct honor to induct you into the University of Tennessee Alumni Association. I extend best wishes on behalf of more than 422,000 proud fellow UT alumni. And they get to do the honors. Graduates, you may now turn your tassel. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Sain. We're winding it down. I want to give the audience, the family members, the friends, one last chance to congratulate this wonderful group of individuals. It has been a long journey, but it has been a successful journey. Let's congratulate the class of 2022. Lots of proud people out there. Graduates, collectively, we are so proud of you. I would now like to recognize the Committee on Academic Ceremonies, the University of Tennessee Health Science Center Office of Student Affairs and Community Engagement, and the College of Pharmacy Office of Student Affairs for their hard work in planning today's event. Please join me in thanking them. Serving as marshal for today's ceremony is Dr. Joe Swanson, head marshal for the College of Pharmacy. Please join me in thanking Dr. Swanson for his service. So now, a couple of important announcements. Graduates, as a reminder, your diploma will be mailed to the current address you provided to the registrar. Please also remember to return your graduation regalia and honor stoles as directed from the Office of Student Affairs and Community Engagement. Now, many of you may know that I've taken a new position at Oregon Health and Science University as Executive Vice President and Provost. It has been my pleasure to serve as Dean of this college for over 10 years. So graduates, you are special to me, and I have a gift for you. So for all the graduates, I have a gift for you waiting in the reception area. Please get your gift. And remember what I told you. No matter where I'm at or no matter where you are, we are always together. We greatly appreciate all family and friends for honoring and helping celebrate this significant day in the lives of our graduates and our college. We invite all the graduates, their families and friends to join us for a reception in the Convention Center Riverfront Rooms immediately following this ceremony. So after the recessional, I want you to please exit the back of the theater. There will be ushers that will be available to direct you to the location. At this time, this concludes the University of Tennessee Health Science Center College of Pharmacy May 2022 commencement ceremony. I ask that you stand and remain at your seats while the graduates and the faculty recess.